Other things that are really going to help your debating online are some common etiquette guidelines, which are to behave as you would if you were debating in person. It's easy over the internet to become kind of alienated from people and to kind of lose your social skills because you can't see the person that you're talking to. So calling them an idiot is a little more acceptable in some people's minds because they can't see the person that they're insulting. They can't see their reaction, and they're hurt when they read that sentence. So they're more removed from the situation. But if you behave as you would if you were with that person in real life, then you should be fine if you actually are a normal and good human being. Number 2 is to always research your side of anything so that you can fully defend your beliefs, your opinions, etc., to know the facts related to what you're discussing so that you don't go into a debate completely blind. That's never really a good idea. Number 3 is to stay on topic. If you're starting a debate about whether or not Neo-Wiccans should lay claim to the title Wiccan, you shouldn't, in the middle of it, start discussing meditation techniques. It gets very confusing for the people who are really just there to debate that topic. It gets completely off track, and no one really wants to take part in a debate that has no focus. It gets harder and harder to defend one side when the other side is off discussing something completely different. It helps if you decide that you want to discuss something else in the thread, to start another thread and just refer people over there if they wanted to discuss that, if it comes up in the course of the debate. I found a lot of people, especially older generations than myself, are not as knowledgeable about how to discuss on the internet. For example, because you can't see the emotion on someone's face and you can't hear the inflection of their voice to figure out exactly their meaning by what they say, formatting is kind of key. For example, italics is often used to place emphasis on something, or asterisks on either side, which can also denote action. Bold is used to place emphasis as well, and so is caps, but the bold, italics, and caps can also be yelling. So it's really important to be very clear about what you're saying and how you're saying it online so that you don't accidentally offend someone. For example, if I posted a thread and all it said was, in caps and bold, Neo-Wiccans aren't Wiccan, people would take immediate offense to that because, first of all, I didn't back it up with anything. I didn't continue to state my opinion. I didn't explain why I thought that way. Plus, my formatting was yelling at them. So it's very important to step back and read your entire post before you post it so that there aren't any accidental hurt feelings. And then there's the obvious ones, like using as proper grammar and spelling as close as you can. There are spell checks and things like that. But using text speak is increasingly difficult for other people to read, as are, using poor formatting and colors and things like that. And then, obviously, deleting your posts is a big no-no, because especially if you've started a thread, but people will spend hours coming up with a response to whatever question or question you have, or debate that you've started. I'm literally being serious. They might spend hours typing up a post and posting it to you. Just because you may be embarrassed about what they said, or that you think you sounded stupid by asking this or starting this debate, or mad because you were proven wrong with facts, that's no excuse to delete your post. Other people can learn from what you wrote and what they wrote in response. It's completely unacceptable. I don't know how many times I've spent hours typing up a post to someone and then it was deleted, and I got really angry. Plus, I often type posts that I then think I can post as a blog post, or use in a video as a note, and then to find out that it's gone before I had a chance to copy and paste it somewhere to save it really, really irritates me, and I know it irritates a lot of other people. And the last thing doesn't really relate to debating online, it's just message board etiquette in general, as are some of the other things that I've discussed. If someone asks a question and you are not really sure of your answer, please don't post it. a lot of misinformation happens because people are so willing to help other people that they don't necessarily think about what they're telling them. For example, I might not have been practicing very long and someone posts online and asks about the dangers of performing spell work or something. And because I haven't been practicing very long, I might not have done a spell. So I might post to them and be like, there are no dangers involved at all. What position have I put them in if I am the only person responding? So, that gets dangerous. It also gets very dangerous when you're talking about health concerns. For example, using herbs or oils or something like that medicinally, it gets very dangerous because I've seen people giving horrible advice to pregnant women, to people with serious health concerns about using herbs that would actually kill them, or if they're pregnant, their baby, because they didn't know what they were talking about. And they didn't know the issues related to those herbs. So be very careful with what you're telling people online, because that makes you responsible, in my mind, for what happens to them, because you gave them advice. That's my other point that I was completely forgetting. Debating online or telling someone something online is not harm. If I disagree with your point, I am not harming you. Do not even ever think of throwing the reed in someone's face and being like, you disagree with me, stop harming me, it's against the reed. Because literally it will make people want to reach through their computer screen and slap you. That is one of my serious pet peeves in debates. Serious pet peeves. So, also, if you can avoid it, try not to bust out, let's agree to disagree. I mean, I understand the purpose of that phrase, I guess. I understand that often one party is wanting out of the debate, and the other party won't stop debating, but it gets really old when every debate comes down to it. If you can avoid that phrase, do so. And I guess that's really the end of my debating rant / advice session, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.